You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Geological Potato, who says, rant about deciding whether or not to get married and whether or not to have kids. Um, well, everybody has to make the decision for themselves, and there's obviously a billion circumstances that could, control your decision making, so I guess I'll just talk about mine. I definitely want to get married and have kids. In fact, pretty much the only reason I'm not married right now is that I owe a lot of money to the government, and we don't want to get married until I've paid it off, because it just, seems like the responsible thing to do. I mean, if we got married and then I got murdered, I think the debt might go on to her. That would suck. But you know, we're just holding off until then because what's the rush really? The main reason in my mind, like the biggest reason to get married, like because obviously the difference between your relationship when you're married and not. I mean, it can be different if you want to make it that way, but like May and I already live together and do everything together. It won't make a huge difference, but we will be, legally official in the eyes of the law, and it leads to tax benefits, and I can visit her in the hospital when she's having my baby, which is something that I think will be important. So that's a big factor for me, and like, if I'm gonna have kids with somebody, I want to be married to them. There's a lot tied up in like how that can help your family. So, and why do I want to have kids and when? Well, I want to have kids because I mean it's kind of like human purpose is propagation. I think that I'm in a unique position that I could uh, raise a potentially intelligent child that might have a bright future ahead of them. My life has gone pretty well since entering the professional world. I feel like I've figured out how to live on this earth decently aside from the debt, but but I know how to deal with that because other members of my family have dealt with that, so it's not too scary. But like I will definitely teach my kid how to pay their fucking taxes on time, even if they have a weird internet job, um, assuming I figured it out by then and we don't just get pregnant by accident. But you know uh, basically I'm still kind of young. Not that young anymore since I'm 28 now. Heading towards the top of the hill so I can start barreling down the other side. But I still want to enjoy my youth. I still want to enjoy being able to get high all the time and have a house completely covered in half naked anime girls and do weird internet jobs and not really even try to make money that hard. Uh, you know, Once I have a kid, a lot of things are probably going to change. Like if I start getting sponsorship deals, probably going to take the sponsorship deals. Just want to have the money, the security in the future. Probably going to make you know more successful content. Hopefully, I will be famous for more things than just YouTube by then. I'd love it if I was also a novelist by the time I had a kid, and that I had these multiple revenue streams going on and shit like that. But to me, it's like I've already kind of achieved what I wanted out of life, and I don't have a lot of like things to latch onto as like potential for the future. It's like, yeah, I could travel, I could do this or that, but that's all the kind of shit you can do even if you have a kid. It's more about having money and availability and time. So like when I think about what do I want out of my future, I basically just want to keep doing what I'm doing, and just take on more responsibilities, I guess, or find a way to make things continue to be interesting. I definitely think having a kid, for better or worse, will make things interesting forever because you will have every single stage of that child's development presents new challenges, presents new things for you to, new changes in your life as a parent. And even after, when you have grandkids, that also presents new changes in your life. As long as you're still proactive in the lives of your family or you're still doing things when you're old. But I'm interested in starting a family, especially as somebody who has a lot of distance from most of my own family. Even though I have a fairly large extended family. I'm not really in contact with most of them. I don't really prioritize family. Even my immediate family, I barely see anymore. So it's kind of like I want to start fresh, create my own family tree. See what happens if I'm the head of a family after a certain number of decades. Um, so yeah, I think just having kids is just an interesting way to live your life, more so than just being a internet blogger for the rest of time. So yeah, there you go.